Hey guys, so continuing on with our build here, I figured, I was looking at the photo etch here and two little things. Number one, I saw this little part right here, and I realized that this was like a, well, I guess a fire hose or whatever kind of thing that needs to get put together and then put all the way over here in this little spot on our the center, whatever, main deck house, whatever it's called there. So I'm going to go ahead and put that together and stick it on there so it can get painted up too, because that's the one piece of photo etch that we're missing. And then also I was taking a look at the instructions and everything, and I think it's time to kind of at least put together the main mast over here, because it's quite a bit of photo etch and everything, and so you can see I've kind of gotten it started. So you got to kind of lose the large antenna right over here, and that's what I kind of chopped off over here. I cut off either side of it, and I don't know how it goes, but anyway, I cut that off, but I left just a little bit. Instead of cutting it like right there, I cut it a little bit higher and I chopped it off. So I left a little bit because if you take a look at the photo etch here, and let's zoom in on it as much as I can. So this isn't, there's three pieces here, as you can tell from the instructions right over, well, you can't see it now, but three pieces, the two pieces are flat, and then there's a little bit of a bracket right there, and then this kind of gets glued down right there. So I didn't want to have just the very tip of the top of the mast glued down to the photo etch. I wanted to have a little bit more stuff right there. So basically what this does is leaves a nice little flat area right here that will lay down on the back right there, and we can glue it down. So that's where I'm at with that. And yeah, I'm going to keep on going here. There's a couple of little small parts and pieces right here. I'll cut them out, and then we'll kind of get the gluing over here a little bit. Alright, so I did get it glued down here. It's it's on there pretty solid right now. And let's see if we can get a close-up of it. There we go. Focus. I think it's focused. Anyway, there you go. So just kind of laying it flat and gluing it, and using a little bit of Insta-Set retarder there, or accelerator, I should say. It's all on there. All right. So I think what I'm going to do with the other pieces here, I get my glasses off. There's a little bit of a curved piece and everything else. I think most of the other little pieces are going to be pretty much easy. We'll see. It's all the same. So I'm not going to bore you with all that, because again, it's a lot of little details that I got to cut and paste on there. So we'll take a look at it once I've actually got everything on the mast. Alright guys, so I got the mast all put together, all the photo etch on it. Lots of little pieces, but one step at a time. And I did move that lower little sort of radar dish there, right in the center there. I did move that down a little bit because it was, it's on a little platform, as you can see right here. But that platform, I couldn't get it to kind of stay up. It was supposed to be sort of halfway up between the top radar and that whatever you call it there, the little stick or the little platform or whatever going left and right mast piece there. So I ended up just putting it right there. You can see there's a ladder to the left of it, and a nice long ladder, which, believe it or not, was probably the hardest part to get on, was that long ladder that goes from right here up to the top. So that pretty much completes the mast, other than one little angle bracket, but that goes on the back side, and I'm just going to lay this thing down, and we'll do that one little bracket towards the end of the build, right before we put this thing back up, because I don't want to knock this thing apart. Yeah, but it's looking very nice. I'm pleased with the detail of it as opposed to the pretty plain Jane looking part. I don't know where to put it here. I'm afraid I'm going to break things on it. Because if we take a look at my ship here, hey, you can see that the fire control director is off the top. Ask me why. Because I broke it off yet again. And so I have it sitting right there after I glued it back together. And I'm not going to put it back on until it's ready, until the ship's like almost put together. So next part here is the funnels, as you can see. And I'll go ahead and start working on the funnels, getting them together, and there's a lot of photo etch there, little parts and pieces too, so we'll see how that goes. Alright guys, so I started working on the funnels, kind of got them together, I got the few parts and pieces together, or at least got the two halves put together for each one, and the one photo etch piece is just the walkway there on this one here. I got that together, and then I started looking at my photo etch instructions here, and they do have a piece, two pieces right here for the, let's see if we can make you see that. There you go, for the top there. But you gotta kind of really drill out the top of the funnel right there. So if I show you, there you go. You can see it's just one big plastic piece. It's a cap that goes on there. It's a one little piece. But there's going to be a lot of drilling there, and I'm sort of debating whether it's worth it, whether I really want to do that, because I'm going to have to go in and use my power drill, or my Dremel, kind of Dremel that out on the inside, and I'm kind of afraid of screwing it up. I can kind of paint black inside and then just touch up the tops a little bit, and you kind of won't be able to see down inside of this thing. So I'm still debating whether to do that. I don't know, because let's take a look at the actual photo etch parts. And I hate to not use photo etch, just because it's not like too difficult or whatever, but there they are. So these little guys right here are the very tops of the stacks. Easy enough to do, to get the photo etch on, but trying to get the tops off of here, so I would have to really get inside here and just Dremel that whole thing out. And sorry I didn't get a shot of what that piece looks like, but it's pretty solid inside there, down underneath. Don't mind the dog there, he's all excited about it. Sorry about that. But anyway, I'm going to figure out if I'm going to do that, and then I might not. We'll just see. But then I'm going to go ahead and bring this up. Lots of additional parts. There we go. A lot of little ladders and things like that to go on there. And so I'm going to go ahead and start at least working on that and debating whether I'm going to do that right there. But we'll see what I come up with here in a sec. All right, so I've been thinking about it, and I figured I got to kind of sort out whether I'm going to do the photo etch for the top grill or not there on the smokestacks. And so I'm doing a little test over here. You can see this one over here. I put a little black Tamiya panel liner into that. It's still wet right there, and I'm going to let it dry out and just kind of see what it looks like before I decide which way I'm going to go. But I got to figure that out before I start putting more photo etch ladders and all that kind of stuff on top of there, and end up screwing it all up if I have to drill out the tops afterwards. Alright, so after letting this dry up a little bit, and then also taking a look at a few reference photos, I think I'm going to leave this. I'm not going to drill it out, and I'm not going to use the photo etch on the top here just for that grill, because as you can see, that looks pretty good, and you can't, when this is sitting someplace off on a shelf, you're not going to be able to tell that you can't see down inside of there. It's still a little bit of, it's a little damp in there still, because this was just panel liner. But Anyway, this whole part right here that you can see with the line, this is all black anyway. So this, basically what I'm covering up is going to be black anyway. And then they'll do a little bit of highlight right there just so you can see that grill once this is all painted black. So nope, I'm not going to use that photo etch. It's not worth the trouble to go in there. And it may be easy if, you know, all in all, but listen, it's going to look just as good without going through all that trouble, and I can kind of progress on here. So I'm going to keep on going, get all the rest of the photo etch on these things, and then we'll get to painting them. Alright, so I've got all the photo etch on there, at least all the rest of it here. So on one funnel was pretty straightforward. Got some sunlight there. Just a little platform right there and a long ladder. And then on the other one, had a couple of these baskets that, man, those things are a pain in the butt to put together, and a ladder, 2 pieces of ladder that go up from you know, the bottom and the top there. So I think that's it. Just looking at oh, also underneath, I almost forgot, there's a couple little brackets there. There you go, you can see them shining in the sunlight right there. There's 4 of those that go down, so they kind of create this girder effect there. There you go. 4 of those underneath there. All right, and I got the retarder on them, so these are all pretty much glued up. And let's go ahead and spray paint this guy up, or both of these guys up, get them on the ship. Alright guys, so I got them inside here and looking pretty good. I got to touch up a little bit right there. You can see on the top rail right over there. Got a little bit of an extra, it's not even dry completely, but got a little bit too much thinner right there. So I'm going to go ahead and let this dry. Give it a little sand and then just touch it up right there. But other than that, you can see, if I can spin this guy around, there we go. He looks pretty good with the ladders and whatnot and the baskets right there. And yeah, so let me go ahead and stick him in the foam right here. And the second one, not as detailed, but still, we've got the ladder right there and the little platform. And like I said, I'll get to painting the tops of them eventually, and we'll keep pressing on. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed that. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any of our Fletcher build right here. Let me get the Fletcher in view right here. Here we go. Till next time, guys, take care.